This is Amud Yomi, Gemara and Berachos, Daf Chaf Amud Aleph. We pick it up from the top of Chaf Amud Aleph. We are 4 lines down. Amar le Rav Papa le Abaya. After we finished a long and lengthy discussion on New Testament Beis, all about in Chachma, in Tvuna, in Eitzah, Neged Hashem, the critical importance of doing that which is right in all scenarios, and realizing that the dictum of Kavod Abriyos is Daicha Loisa Say Min HaTorah is really only Midrabanans. The only Loisa Say is Loisasur. Continues the Gemara, Omer Le Rapabla Abaye, and in truth it's going to seem a little bit stretched what this has to connect with the previous Gemara, and really it just has to do with the Kiddush Hashem, as we'll see in a moment. So says Rabba L'Abaya, Maishna Rishonim D'Israchash L'Nisa, Maishna Nan D'Loisrach L'Nisa. Why in earlier generations were there more nisim, were there more miracles than there are in our generations? And says Rabba, if you're going to tell me that they used to learn more than us, it's not true. In the years of the yeshivas of Rabbi Yehuda, what would they learn? Nizikin Vanan. It says Rabbi, you know what we learn? Vanan Komasit and Shita Sidri, all 6 Sidarim of Mishnayis. And yet, Rabbi Yehuda would reach Oksin. Excuse me, not and yet, that's the next line. And when Rabbi Yehuda would reach Oksin, what would happen? For example, the Mishnah says that a woman is koiveshes, she's preserving vegetables in a pot. And some say it was the Mishnah of what? Zaitim, aliz, shekavshu be'tarpeim tahirim, that you're preserving together with their leaves, tahirim or tahar. Omar, what would Rabbi Yehuda say? I see your questions like those in Rav Shmuel, meaning there are lots of things that they didn't know the answers to, lots of unanswered questions. Vanan, and says Rav Papa, but when we come as in Oksin, Tleiser Mesifta, when we learn in Oksin, 13 different versions that we have. So we, seemingly says Rav Papa, in the world of Torah, have a lot more. We don't just learn one Seder of Nezikin, we learn all 6. We don't have Kashas, we have Terutzim. And yet, says Rav Papa, Rav Yehuda, ki avishalav chad, misanei. When Rav Yehuda would merely take off one shoe as a sign of Isurim, as a sign that they need to daven in a certain manner. Asi Mitra. Immediately what would happen? Immediately it would start raining. And yet says Rav Papa, with all our Torah, Vanan Komitzayir Nafshan, we are mitzayir ourselves, we afflict ourselves, u'mitzvach, kosav chinan, and we cry out and we daven, v'les demash kachlon. We don't answer. We don't get an answer. So says Rav Papa, what is going on? It makes no sense. Says Rav Papa, if we have so much more Torah, why are the Nisim? Why the Mizachish Nisa is a lot more in earlier generations? Amar Le responds Abaya, Kamoy Avakamasi Navshaya Kedushas Hashem. Says Abaya, it's true that we have, that you, Rav Papa, have more Torah. But in the years of Rabbi Yehuda, they were Mekadesh, Shem, Shamayim, Hanan, Eloi Masri Navshaya Kedushas Hashem. And now the Gemara says a story proving this fact. We're about 20 lines down. The first one line is Masrina Navshay. Says the Gemara, Ki Hadar Rav Rava. The story of Rav Rava, the Chazil Ahu Kutes. He saw a Kutes. That was Lavisha Karbalta. She was wearing a Karbalta, which is some sort of clothing, which is not so modest. And so for the Rasi Yisraeli, the Rav Rava thought that this girl is a Yiddish, a Jewish girl, and she's not dressed appropriately. What did he do? Kam kare minei. He got up and he tore it away from her, middle of the street. And eventually, Gloim also that she wasn't Jewish. Tekusis avai. She was really a kutis. Shamua barba me'azuz. So they evaluated the knas for that which he did at 400 zuz. Amar la ma'ashemech. He asked her, "What's your name?" Amar Alei. She said, "Maton." Amar La. Maton, Maton. Arba mi zuz shavye. Maton was worth 400 zuz to me. So we see that they're mekadesh shem shamayim. He wasn't afraid to take a stand. And that's the reason why B'shnei Rav Yehuda, even though maybe in the world of Torah they didn't learn as much as Abaye back to Rav Papa, but Lamaisa they had more Kiddush Hashem, they were Mekadeshim Shemayim. That's why their tefillahs were answers. Continues the Gemara with another story. We're a little bit past the halfway mark of the two dots. The first one line is Meya Zuze Shavyi. Rav Gidel Avi Ragel Avi Kazal V'Yasef Asher Tefillah. Rav Gidel would go and sit at the entrance to the mikvah. Amr Lahu. He would say to the women who are being taival, he would tell them and teach them how to taival properly. Amrli Rabbanan, the Rabbanan said to Rav Gidel, you're hanging out by the mikvah. How are you not afraid of the Yitzhara? Amr Lahu, he responded, the women to me are like white geese. There's no Yitzhara, there's no taiva at all. Continues the Gemara with another story of a similar nature, a little bit more famous. Rav Yechon would as well go and sit a shirei to tefillah, or about 13 lines to the bottom. The first one line is Dahavei. Amar. And Rav Yechon would say, Kisalik b'nai Yisrael v'asim tefillah. When a b'nai Yisrael comes out from the mikvah, I want Mistakel, let them look at me, said Rav Yechon. Why? Because I'm a beautiful person. V'nahave li zara. And then they'll have children. Dishbiri kavasi. Then they'll have beautiful children like myself. Rashi explains that at the time of Tashmish, when the woman is together with her husband, she'll be thinking of the beautiful image of Rav Yechon, and thereby would cause that from the inception, from the Zuriya, it is B'Tayra, B'Kedusha, and it would come out with a beautiful child like Rav Yechon. So Amalei Rabbanan, the Rabbanan said to Rav Yechon, why are you not worried about Ayin Hara? Interesting. They didn't ask him why are you not worried about the Yetzer Hara, but they asked Rav Yechon, why are you not worried about Ayin Hara? That everyone's thinking how beautiful you are. Amar Lahu, said Rav Yechon, Namizar de Yosef Kasina. I am from the Shevet Yosef Tolshaltu Ba'ina, which famously has no Yetzer Hara. Dechsev, where do we see this from? Ben says the pasuk Ben Paras, Yosef Ben Paras Ali Ayin, a charming son of Yosef, a charming son to the Ali Ayin. And what do we see from there? V'amar Altikri Ali Ayin Ella. Oile ayin, that those from Yosef are above the eye, above the ayin hara. We conclude Rav Yisrael Chanina Amar Mehalcha, different pasuk. V'yidgul arav b'karav aret, and the children of Yosef shall have a lot of children like fish in the land, says the Gemara. And we darshan 5 lines to the bottom. Adagim shabiyam, ma'im achasim aleim. The water covers over the fish. V'ina ayin hara shaletis bahem. Avzar shal Yosef v'ina ayin hara shaletis bahem. V'ba yisema, third mikar. Says the Gemara, Ayin Shaloi Ratzah. Yosef Tzaddik was an eye that did not want to enjoy Lazun Mimasha Inay Shaloi, from that which was not his. Rashi says from Ishes by Tifar. So too, Ein Ayin Hara Shaletis by. So 3 reasons why there's no Ayin Hara. Said Rav Yechon, that's why he is not worried of Ayin Hara. That's why he was able to sit by the mikvah and have the woman look at him and thereby have beautiful children, which is a similar story to Rav Gidel, who would go to the mikvah and he said he wasn't worried about Yetzer Hara, because remember, like Kiki Chaviri. We'll pick it up for the Mishnah the next year. B'siyata Dishmaya.